Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Aaliyah, and today we're talking about something very deep, very dark that was wrapped in a cute package. Let's get into the video. So, this summer's anime have been almost like a golden treasure of dark anime. But today I want to specifically discuss Takopi's Original Sin. Now, it is in typical anime fashion that you wrap up very deep, dark topic in a cute package. Think Madoka Magica, right? And so sometimes the visuals can be jarring compared to the subject matter. This time I was not prepared. And of course, they give you the trigger warnings that this anime is going to discuss, and you're going to see graphic scenes or depictions of self deletion, unaliving, and it may be distressing to some viewers. I'm that viewer because of all the things I have seen, Hell's Paradise, lobbing off heads, blood spewing from the neck, cutting people in half, um, seeing people's body get broken into weird and awkward angles that hurt, seeing blood spewing everywhere. No, I have never seen a child hanging from the rafters. Okay, let's get into it. Episode 1. So this story kicks off with Takopi, an alien from the happy planet who has been sent to Earth to spread happiness. And he's been given some gadgets, his happy gadgets. But the gag is he is ignorant. He's naive. He doesn't know anything about the human world, about human emotions and how they function. All he knows is he is an ignorant, happy alien, seemingly, and he's coming to spread happiness to the world. And the first person that he encounters is Shizuka. Shizuka is an elementary school child who is very obviously an outcast just by her sad demeanor, her clothing, her book bag is kind of dingy. It's got words written on it. Later, we see in the episode that it's got the word die written on it. And we can kind of see that this child is being bullied. However, Takopi doesn't understand this, and he just knows that she is sad and he wants to help her be happy. For at least 7 days, Shizuka and Takopi are becoming friends. Shizuka brings him food because she does not eat the lunch food, and Takopi is happy for this. And in exchange, he talks about how he is an alien and how he has all these gadgets and he wants to put a smile on her face. Takopi, because of his ignorance or his naivety, he doesn't understand what's going on to make Shizuka sad. So, I believe it's the 6th day, Shizuka comes to him. She's beaten. She's bruised up. She doesn't have Chappie anymore, which is her dog. And she asks Takopi for a happy gadget. And he gives her the happy gadget that eventually she will use later that day to end her life. Takopi finds her hanging from the rafters and basically decides he can rewind time. That's the only thing he can do for her. And so we see he begins to keep rewinding time and keep rewinding time to prevent her from unaliving herself. And that is episode 1. In this particular episode, what hurts me is just the depiction of how she passed away. Um, I felt like the scene was a little long. Like you can allude to, we see the legs swinging, we see some of the frames, but I felt like when they actually showed her in the corner of the room, that was something that I was like, I can't watch that. Then not only that, but when Takopi brings her down and she's still kind of got it hanging around her neck and she looks, you know, not alive. I think it was really jarring because she's a child, not an adult. And there's something about like children not being able to help their situation. They're kind of victims of circumstance and adults and the things that are happening around them in life. So to see her take her life in such a brutal way, and then for them to show that was, it hurt my heart. I'm not gonna lie, especially kind of having to continue to watch the series because I know that there is a point to them showing these kind of things. Um, it was really difficult for me. So in episode 2, we learned that Shizuka's mom is an escort. She's not really there at night and comes home late in the morning time. By that time, Shizuka is gone, the time when her mother would be home. So we see that Shizuka doesn't have a father and her mother is not a suitable caretaker for her. And so the only thing she has to rely on is Chappie. When she goes to school, we learn that she's being bullied by a girl named Marina. And Marina's mother has been affected by Shizuka's mother's job. Her husband is never home, her husband hates her, and Marina has decided to take this out on Shizuka, throwing her book bag, making fun of her because what she wears, calling her stupid, and beating her up behind the schoolyard. We see how this really affects Shizuka, and she's become a shell and withdrawn. We also learn that her only anchor is Chappie. So Takopi, wanting to help, he begins to give Shizuka answers to her math questions, helping get back the things that are of value to her. And Shizuka begins to notice that, hey, Takopi is helping me. That is so awesome. And she smiles and she tells Takopi, thank you. And Takopi is in love. He's like, yes, I'm being able to do my job and putting a smile on her face. This, though, incites the or encourages the increased rage of Marina. And we see in this episode one scene where Shizuka is hiding in the bathroom because she does not want to go out and meet Marina in the schoolyard. So after Takopi learns about what happens to Shizuka with Marina, he decides to take her place. He decides that he is going to turn into Shizuka and take the beating for her. But he is scared of Marina. And I believe in that, I don't know what you call it, alternate universe, he dies. So time is rewound again. And this time, Shizuka, the real one, goes behind the schoolyard to get beat up by Marina. And Takopi goes to run for help. This makes things worse. Takopi begins to realize through a series of events that Marina is following them, that she is intentionally going and seeking out Shizuka to hurt her. Some weird turn of events, they end up in the forest. Takopi wants to save Shizuka, so he ends up killing Marina. And that is the end of episode 2. My beef with episode 2 is the adults. Like, the adults are failing. All of them. Marina's parents are failing. Shizuka's mom and dad are failing. Takopi is doing his very best, making things worse, but at least he's trying. And I don't know. I just grew up, well, one, I grew up with parents being heavily involved in my life. But two, I'm not going to lie, Marina, we would have to scrap every day. Every day we meet in the schoolyard or whatever, I'm fighting for my life. I don't care if I lose. I don't, I just can't fathom a world where I let people beat up on me. Why are you scared? Fight back. Go out there and beat her ass every day. Every day I see you, Marina, we're going to have to square up until you get sick of messing with me. Every day. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I get in trouble. Every day. Every day. I'm punching you in your face. Every day I'm making your life miserable because I'm not going outside. And maybe that's just my personality. No, we're not. You're not going to bully me. I feel like I've always had this disposition that, like, not me. You can do that to them. Not me. Not me. And It was frustrating to watch because I'm like, she's good. If you just whop her one good time, get her once, that's it. And I feel like I'm justified in that reasoning because the adults were so miserable as well that they weren't paying attention to the kids, or I guess there's only, I don't know, I'm not a teacher, but I feel like you could have done more as an adult. If you know one of your students is being bullied, not don't tell people just to tell the teacher and leave it up to the teacher. Make sure that you defend yourself. You are the only person that's ever going to keep yourself safe outside of a God, right? Even then, fight for your life. So if I told a teacher and the teacher didn't do anything for me, you just gonna have to square up. You're just gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good like lesson, because sometimes violence is the answer. And I think if Shizuka had just hit Marina back, just go toe to toe, one time, fight unfair, take a chair, whop her in her face, hit her hard, it would have been over. Because she knew next time I go up and hit Shizuka, she might hit me back. Am I prepared to dance? Am I prepared to square up with this child? Maybe she was. And maybe it's a reflection of, it probably is a reflection of Japanese society. I mean, ain't no way. Which, and I'm surprised, I don't know if anybody's ever grown up like this, but I'm surprised she developed that mentality just to let people beat up on her as long as she had Chappie. Because that's what we see in season 2 that sets her off when she loses Chappie. Like her anchor. I don't know. It's just different personalities. But Marina, you're going to have to see me every day. Every day. You're going to have to see me. Let me know what you think down in the comments, because, and maybe that I have that like thought pattern because my parents were in my life and my parents told me definitely, listen, you don't go out there, you don't bully people, you don't make trouble for people, because you never know what sets people off. But if you are in danger, protect yourself. So anytime, and I never got in trouble for fighting at school except for one time, but I was being bullied. And I said, well, you said to protect myself. And so I did. I did. And I never had a problem after that. So I just, nobody ever bullied me after that because it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me. Mm-mm. Not at all. So that was the frustrating part for me in episode 2. Let's go to episode 3. The result of Takopi changing into Shizuka and going to get help involves this young boy, Naoka. Naoka runs and gets help, and he also follows Marina and Shizuka after school. He finds them after Takopi has killed Marina, and Shizuka has expressed her gratitude for Takopi, basically ending her life. And which is understandable. You are oppressing someone, even if you are being abused at home, that's no reason to take it out on somebody else or make someone else miserable. Um, and he finds out that Marina has been buried, and he decides that he is going to help Shizuka. Now, the reason I believe he helped Shizuka is because he himself, in his own home life, is lacking acceptance. He believes that his brother is better than him, and his mother favors his brother. So he is trying desperately to work hard to get the acceptance of his mother, and he has not found it. But he believes if he helps Shizuka, he will find acceptance. That someone will finally be proud of him, love him, and recognize all the hard work and how smart he is. In order to cover up that Marina has died, Takopi now takes the appearance of Marina. And we now understand what Marina goes through at home. How her mother is manipulative and abusive, and how her father is absent. And we also learned that the escort that has caused a ripple in Marina's parents' marriage is Shizuka's mother. So Takopi ends up getting slapped up again because of what's going on in Marina's home. And we get more glimpses into Naokomi's home and him fighting for acceptance, fighting to be seen. And his acceptance from his mother would equate to being worthy of her love, which is really sad. So we continue to see these children put in predicaments and situations where their parents are not providing them with adequate love or adequate the necessary things that children need to grow up into stable, well-adjusted adults. Episode 4 for me was a turning point in the series because we see now Shizuka's mentality. She is no longer hollow, a shell of herself. In fact, I believe due to the persistent abuse um, and neglect, her personality is non existent. Um, and I saw this when she asked Naoka to take the fall for her, to turn in the bloody happy gadget, and so she could run away and find Chappie. And I believe that there ain't no Chappie to be found. I hope there's a Chappie to be found because I don't know what she's going to turn into if Chappie is actually dead. But Homegirl is not okay. One good glimpse in the world of Takopi's original sin is that Naoka actually confessed all of his feelings, all of his insecurities to his brother. And his brother, praise God, was well receptive to him and actually expressed that he loved him and comforted him. Although he still went and turned himself in to the police and confessed, um, because I'm sure the desire for acceptance and feeling worthy of love was a lot stronger. But at least he has his brother in the corner to support him, and he knows that there is someone who is looking out for him. So I just was happy to see that scene of brotherly love and especially the love from an older sibling, being an older sibling myself. And it made everything better. It made this incredibly dark world of Takopi's original sin better. There are only 2 episodes left in the series, I believe. There's only going to be 6 episodes. And today is Friday. I think one comes out today. So I will be watching episode 5. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Have you read the manga? I'm probably not going to read the manga. Don't forget that my debut novel, Finding Destiny, is out, available on all digital platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.